Everything that's happened to us, we could have stopped this a long time ago. Long time ago. From day one. All we had to do is go down, get a rich attorney, and go down to the thing and say, stop, this is stupid. That's all. We could have done that anytime. But we needed the training for history, and we needed the training for ourselves, and we needed the, let's call it a semi-purification process, tazkiyah bil nafs, where you go through a self-induced program of purification. That's what it is. Okay, anybody knows us would know that we could have got through that anytime we wanted. Okay, we talked about Nogunri. The period of mistakes. This period of mistakes is something that the community, the European, his whole crew are making all of their own mistakes. They act like they have a program designed, right, to go out, where's their mistake? Let me go do that. That's what he's doing. We've had people, now remember, we'll be dealing with CARE a little bit. We'll go back and visit with CARE. We would go and visit them and say, so, okay, those are periodic things. Those are actually the things that give them a chance to see if they've upgraded themselves. Okay, let's see. For here, for DC, we had this down pat almost the day we got here. Number one, we just looked, first when we got here, we said, okay, well, we didn't say it, it's tell nobody this, but we said, let's go and look, who's here been working with the Iranians or for the Iranians? So that way we'll know who the police are. Because that's who they got the first one. It was a whole lot of Negroes here, it's still quite a few around, that worked for the Iranians and with the Iranians. That's why by the time I got here, Iranians were very skeptical about African Americans. And I was kind of the only one that they trusted a little bit. And no matter where the Iranians went, the Negroes would be behind them. I'm telling you, look at Gaithersburg. When the Iranians went out there 30, 40 years ago, the Negro was behind them. All of them from here, whoosh, went right out there. They went to Gaithersburg. When I came here and I was telling some of the Negroes, wouldn't it be nice to call the Adhan in the southeast? They looked at me and says, what does the southeast have to do with me? Not they just born here, raised in the southeast. Yeah, the Negroes was born and raised in the southeast. And they wanted to know why was I so energetic and enthusiastic about calling the Adhan in the southeast. Okay.
I'm reading a book on Malcolm, and in the book, it talks about the African American community calls it fertile soil, and that's what you reminded me of. That to him, because he had he's talking about how the challenges he had with, certain groups, and his comment, or it was related to him, was that this is for black people or fertile soil, not for other people.
During that time, now you can look at us. The world is a fertile soil for us. Everybody is fertile soil. If we do our part, I mean, just right now today, we'll influence everybody. Because if you go to LA, University of California, they got a few Koreans that have accepted Islam out there. Yeah. I mean, the super studying, clean shaven, physically fit Koreans. And this is 20 years ago. This is 20 years ago. So, no, the world is changing. Okay. Where we have been fortunate have been that we've been in sync with the world change. And we've been fortunate because the Muslim community and everybody else have came out to stop us. So we've had two eases, two fortunates. No. We consider what we go through is an ease, it's a blessing. This helps you grow. How are you going to grow if you don't have people effing up and doing all that stuff? How are you going to be tested in your faith if you don't have people come in the door, walk out, and take everything there? What tests you, and it's good for you, it's healthy for you. Everything that's happened to us is healthy. Up to the minute. If somebody pass away or pretend to pass away, however that, and you give them money, their children, Ibn Klum, I don't want to say that. If you give them, Ibn Klum, son of a clown, because people say, well, how could you say that terrible thing? Oh, shoot, what's the matter with these people? They gotta get their head on straight. I'm telling you, man, the people are, once you're around a long time, you'll know that you can be so patient, you can make people do a whole new program. They said that, hey, I'm dead. Because I can't do that anymore. Right? And everybody, if you go see them, they'll say, people is dead. Then you'll remember stuff you've seen. It's just funny stuff. It's, what's that guy, make them, not spy movie, I think of it. But anyway, one guy, old crazy guy, was in the funeral, and thing, he's supposed to be dead. And we know his name, he's on there, he make all of these, Die Hard and stuff like that. If you say his name. But that's him, yeah, that's him. He's getting much older now. But, huh?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, yeah.
Yeah, that's him. So remember his sidekick, the old crazy guy that pops out everywhere with machine guns, and he got all stuff on his wall, who did this and who did that. Okay, in one movie, one of the last ones, Bruce Willis went in the funeral parlor. This guy's supposed to be dead, and he was sticking him with a pin. If I'd have got to my son's funeral, I was going to take pepper with me and put it right under his nose. Because I'm pretty sure they was lying. That's okay, no big deal. Because they got him in the ground. I'm getting ready to go out there, and they got him in the ground before I can get there. Not that him and his homeboys from here are out there. The ones that are here right now, they back here. They zooming out there, and it's just ridiculous. Of course, the long march is long, but it's different. For Chinese, they had their long march for certain things. Our long march is putting up with the Negro boss man and all of them working collectively against you. And you put up with that. Happily. But whatever, there's no time on it. You do it because you know Allah's in charge, and you know that after hardship come relief. Well, guess what? Suppose the hardship is the relief. It is, I'm telling you, because it's how you think about it. We don't have no hardship here. The people in Yemen have hardship. We don't have no hardship. We're Negroes, but Imam Jamil's in the penitentiary going blind. This is not no hardship running around, paying taxes and stuff. It's not hardship. They would think it's hardship. That's not hardship. Okay. For me, it's not hardship. I don't care what they think it is. It's relief. Because you can plan for a certain thing and oh, that didn't come. That's relief. It's relief. It's not hardship. It's hardship for a family to see their father put away, and then the Negroes are so stupid that they want to take the community. There's no sense in that, right? If he's gone and he's not coming back, why do you have to, and don't forget now, you have allegiance to that person. Bayah. No movement, if the leader goes to the prison, do you change allegiance? None of them. Not Equan, none of them, none of them, none of them, none of them. You go, they're elevated in status. Imam Khomeini, when he went through his, when he's in exile, he don't lose, you're not in Marja anymore. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. The people would come from Iran to Iraq next door to pay not only sadaqah, zakat, but khums. 1/5. And they would be bringing millions of dollars. Look, after struggle comes ease. Umar radiallahu anhu said that after every one struggle, there's 2 eases. I begin to think we're in a perpetual ease. Perpetual ease. It seems like that because it's how you look at something, sometimes what it is, you know. People won't even think like we're thinking because they just imagine such horrible stuff. And it would be horrible in them. But it would be happy, you'd be happy, hey man, look what we got going on. Makes you happy. A lot of it is what it is and what we think about it. Okay, so let me get back to, let's see. Some of the people around, I remember Abdul Malik years ago. Just trust me. He was talking about Sister Bahia. You know, he was getting rid of her and he wanted me to marry her. And he was saying, just trust me. Now, a few years ago I said, well, I called him the police and the snitch and everything. But I said to him, okay, you go and get your money from Boston. This is close to exactly what I said. Close to, not exactly word for word. Look, you get your money, you get your salary, and then, you know, just send a few signals and go on about your business. Well, he didn't do that. He got his money, but he didn't give off notes. Everything he gave off was slick. So, I got to get my son's mother and bring her out here and blah, 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 blah. Oh, what does she do? Well, she's with Kwame Ture and them. I said, all African people, you know. I said, my goodness. I said, he's a tattletale. Now he wants to get his ex-wife that the only thing I knew about that movement was they messed around with a lot of girls, and you had to bring Kwame Ture through things. Like he came to University of San Francisco or something. You had to bring him some marijuana and a cutie pie. That's why him and Imam Jamil used to talk, but they wasn't on the same, you know what I mean? Their ethics had changed a lot. Now Imam Jamil have ethics. He wouldn't talk against Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael, but Imam Jamil didn't get high, and you got to get married, you know. But not with what's the name. If you want him to come speak, that was the law. You had to have a cutie pie and some smoke so he can enjoy himself. You had to. The other thing was the campus. All these people, think back years ago, all these people were still on the campus. They had 40 and 50-year-old people on the campus because that's what he's going to recruit from. They're going to develop a party, a revolutionary party from the campus, and they're going to lead, you know what we're going to be the elite of the party, of the people, and we're going to lead everybody. That's what they wanted to do. He passed away, and but anyway, so you can see what you're getting. Here comes Sister Bahia in 1987, and they're married, and every other day he's telling me she's going to make somebody a good wife. I thought she's your wife. They're going to make you a good wife. That's why the words, just trust me, when he divorces her, no, this is good, just trust me. It's not that I didn't trust him then, because everything was going according to the way I looked at it. This happened, if it's going to fall into place. If he's hitting on me, if we're driving down somewhere, and you know peripheral vision, you looking right into his eyes driving, and he's looking up. I said, boy, these people, that's crazy. No, the people, you know what I mean, they underestimate. But that's the global trap. How do you think you trap people? How do you think you trap people? It's getting so old now, it's like, man, this is not even, it's not a challenge. It stopped being a challenge a long time ago. Because the people never changed their pattern. It was always encirclement and suppression, surround and mislead and misdirect and cut you off from everybody. The same old I was going to say dumbass plan, but I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's what I was going to say. That is a dumbass plan. It is 5,000 years old, almost. It seemed like we're going to cut you off from everybody, and we're going to. That's why I'm just going to get in the car and drive around America and raise money. We don't necessarily have to do it, but it's fun, and you'll be out of isolation. You won't be cut off from nothing. Because you'll be, sometimes you may sleep in a hotel, you sleep in a car, you'll sleep in the masjid. And by the time you went all over America, guess what? You will have seen all the new big masajid that have developed all over America that you haven't seen in 25 or 30 years. So a lot of those little houses on the corner, those are now big, huge masajid. They sure are. Multi-zillion dollar masajid. Hey man, it's a different story. I mean, we know some of them because we go to them. But I'm telling you, the whole show, you trust in Allah, Allah gonna hook you up. So anyway, Abdul Malik, just trust me. trust me, that's the same stuff. I said, sure. It's not bad, it's not being a liar when you don't trust nobody, when you tell them you do. But, you know, it's kind of like a diversion from the truth. You make a temporary diversion from reality, and because the people are trying to discombobulate you know, divert you. So, since that's the game everybody playing, you just playing. And then plus, see, here's the thing. If you're 100 years old and everybody else is way younger, and you've been through 50 times as many traps, and you didn't miss the traps, it's not, you didn't, everybody else step on them damn traps. And you didn't miss every trap, the boss man, well, you don't know if you didn't miss everyone, but all the big traps that gaffle you up, that steal your energy, that divert you, that make you sad, you miss all of them. You miss all of them, you just miss them. And you maintain an attitude of, what is it, love, something. What's that?
Kindness, optimism.
Yeah, optimism. And you are optimistic too, and happy. Not, look, see, people do not get happy in the struggle. They don't get, and if that's maybe what you secretly wanted, Allah give you happiness. Nobody else talking about, hey man, I'm happy in this struggle. They just run off with this, this makes me happy as I can be. You may not believe it, but y'all might have heard it on the thing. When I went to the hospital, when I was busted upside the head, boy, I was grinning so hard, and the lady, two black ladies over, they said, why are you so happy? Never have anybody came in here that was a victim of a crime. I wasn't no victim of no crime. I was a victim of a free-for-all. This is happy. But I'm happy at this. And then I'm going to move toward a close, but see, the stuff that they tell everybody that's supposed to be bad. For instance, the boss man, if he puts something in your head and he can read your thoughts and everything. Well, boss man, I don't hesitate to say this. Boss man is technically a dummy. Yes, he's a dummy, biggest dummy you ever seen. Because he's easy to fool. He's easy to fool.